Your face looks as confused as this accent, Libby. So, you've got your classic beers, you've got your G'day there, you little rippers, and welcome to Boozy and the Beast, How to Drink Better. Now, it has not rained in 45 minutes. The temperature's reached a balmy 13 degrees. Summertime has arrived in the UK, which must mean it's barbecue season. But what are you gonna drink? Is it gonna be a classic VB or a Tooheys New, or maybe you want to go a little bit posh? Maybe you've even got guests coming over who own shirts with sleeves. Maybe it's time to talk about wine and barbecues, and that's where this Sheila comes in handy. Libby, are you ready for a grilling?
I'm just hoping it's not another spit roast. But only if you drop that ridiculous accent.
No worries, mate. Yes, certainly, Libby, certainly.
Moving swiftly on, let's talk about meat, and only meat, because a barbecue or a braai, whatever you want to call it, it's multifaceted. There are many things there. So we're going to divide this into a couple of different episodes and just stick to meat today.
And then we'll look at fish and vegetables and stuff like that in a future episode.
Exactly. Now, meat you normally want to pair with a red wine, and that's because of the flavours of umami within meat and the higher fat content, and the red wine's tannins will work really well. And when you're doing a barbecue, what you mainly want to be thinking about is the seasoning that I see the sneaky, it's very good, isn't it?
You carry on, I'm
It's
just
very good,
seasoning
that's
myself.
Well, anyway, you want to think about the seasoning that's going into that. Italians apparently say that wine is the sauce for your meat, which I think is a beautiful way of thinking about it. So maybe try and factor that in. So if you're grilling a really simple steak or some burgers, then go classic, something like a Cabernet Sauvignon, which has beautiful tannic qualities and beautiful fruit flavours in there, or go for a GSM wine. That's a blend of Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. Did I say it right the time?
You did, I think.
Check me out. They're normally from the Côte d'Aron. You also have them in California, Australia, and of course the classic Malbec. Argentinian Malbec, I think, is probably best, ideally from Mendoza, and ideally, personally, Uco Valley or the Lujan de Cayo. I don't know if I did that one correctly, but those are some excellent regions for your Argentine Malbec. And this is a classic people pleaser. These are just, as you know, smooth tannins, fruity flavours, a little bit of spice, great with your classic meat.
And that Melipal is a delicious one as well. If you can get hold of one of those, I highly recommend it.
Ah, fantastic. I think it comes from Jeroboam's, so a shout out for them there. However, if you're doing your meat with a sort of spicy or smoky flavours, then you want to balance that out with something smoother with the depth of flavour, like an old vine Zinfandel, really good from Lodi in California. Zinfandel is also another name for Primitivo, so Italian Primitivo. Those will go really well with that sort of spiciness or smokiness, and that will also pair with a white meat, like chicken wings or something, if you're doing them in a barbecue sauce. So those are really good. Now, pork as a meat generally takes fruitiness really well. You often get those porks paired with chutneys and things, so even if you've got some sausages with a bit of herbal edge in it, like a fennel or something, look for a fruity red wine, like a Gamay or a Valpolicella, something like that would suit it down to the ground. And then you've got your white meat. So I've already mentioned chicken in a barbecue sauce, but say you're doing something really classic, just grilled chicken, white meats like that, then you might want to go for your, again, classic choices, cool Sauvignon Blanc, chilled Sauvignon Blanc, Sancerre, Chablis, or something like this, if you want something a bit different. This white Rioja. Now, personally, I go unoaked, to keep it sort of crisp and fresh. Do you want to try a little bit? I'll just pour some in the glass. But to keep it sort of light, crisp and fresh, this is ideal outdoor sort of salads and light white meat grilled type.
Oh, that's very nice actually, isn't it?
Very drinkable.
Very smooth, but still got a little bit of
kick to it. Lemony kick. Anyway.
So you can just dunk your chicken and stuff in there.
You can just, just
chicken.
like ketchup or something like that. Just use it as a sauce for your
Spanish
meat.
ketchup.
Spanish ketchup, indeed. And also, if you've got the white meat, but you don't want to have the white wine, so you do enjoy a red wine, then something really light, like a rosé, always a big fan, or something like a Beaujolais, that you can actually lightly chill. Those lighter reds, those Pinot Noirs, those Beaujolais, you can actually lightly chill them, which is perfect for a summertime barbecue. Or, on the flip side of that, if you are a red meat eater, but you don't really like red wine, try thinking of the countries that are really known for braais. I don't know, or barbecues, I don't know, maybe there was a small hint going on here with
Bangladesh.
Well, the accent was. And start looking for sort of South African or Australian white, something like this, like a South African Chenin Blanc or Australian Chardonnay. Those slightly richer, fuller flavours than white that are, comparable.
Okay, I think it's fairly obvious though, from all the meats that you have listed, barbecues can often turn into a hot buffet. And I know I've seen you with 4 or 5 glasses on the go at one point, Libby, but not everyone else can manage that.
Not sausages. That's where I thought you were going to go.
What if you're a mortal and need one wine to go with absolutely everything meat-based?
Well,
it's barbecue.
It's down to personal preference and personal choice, and I'm going to make a call that is a little bit controversial because not everyone loves it, but personally, I love a pinotage because it's got all those deep, beautiful fruity flavours, a little bit of spice, and it's got this wonderful smokiness. Now, some people find it has a burnt rubber flavour, which doesn't sound great. I don't. I think the smokiness pairs brilliantly. And you can go straight pinotage, or the wine that Robin has topped himself up with at least 3 times during us trying to film this episode, which is Bruce Jack, South African. It's a Malbec and pinotage blend. It's an absolute bargain at Sainsbury's. I mean,
it's
really,
about £6 or £7 at Sainsbury's. It's dangerous.
I actually don't know how he does it, but but he's also a wonderful man. But it tastes and smells fantastic, and that smokiness for barbecue for me is ideal. But if you don't like pinotage, then I guess rosé. But
that's obviously the classic blend though. We've got the pinotage South Africa, Brie country, then Malbec, Argentina.
Yeah,
they're the 2 big barbecue meat countries.
Yeah,
so
it's dressed with the little corks.
I suppose Bruce is an Australian name, isn't it? And I do apologise to all my Australian family, but to be honest, you're not letting me in at the moment anyway.
That's a very good point. Very good point. And on that note, cheers everyone. Happy buying. Lekker braai.
Cheers.
You're so not getting your visa.